Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today we're here with House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode number 6, The Princess and the Queen. Now, I'm really excited to continue this rewatch, especially now with House of the Dragon Season 2 only a few weeks away. I am getting very excited, and I hope you are too. So, if you're ready, I'm ready. Grab a drink, and let's get into the episode.
Keep breathing.
I think they did a really good job with casting the older actors. Like, they really do remind me of their younger counterparts.
A boy, princess.
Brave mother.
She really does look like the actor that played her mother. Like, quite a bit.
Princess. The Queen has requested that the child be brought to her immediately.
Damn. Right after she gave birth.
Why?
I'll take him myself.
You should remain abed, princess.
Yes, I should. Help me dress.
Yeah, she's in no condition to be moving. But she's also not going to let her newborn baby out of her sight, so...
A boy. I've just heard.
Yes.
Well done. Where are you going?
She wants to see him.
Now? Was it terribly painful?
I'm going to say yes.
I took a lance through the shoulder once.
My deepest sympathies.
Such a guy thing to do, to try to relate to a woman's pain.
Princess?
He's protecting the queen now. Or is the queen protecting him? It's crazy that Leno has to walk around and see the guy who killed his lover just every day, over and over.
Rhaenyra, you should be resting after your labours.
Yeah, she should be.
I have.
What happy news this morning.
Indeed, Your Grace.
Oh, damn.
Where-
The king has lost an arm. He is just slowly falling apart.
Do keep trying, Selena. Sooner or later you may get one who looks like you.
So she wanted to see if the baby was actually his this time. Or if it was another bastard.
I deserve some say in the affairs of my own family.
No one seems so interested in our affairs of late.
Leaving a trail of blood. Is that foreshadowing?
Mother. Look. We chose an egg for the baby.
Ah,
If you look, all the boys have dark and curly hair, like Lord Strong. Like,
Another boy, I heard.
it's interesting that her mother struggled to have a son, and yet she's had 3 boys, and none of them are Targaryens.
so Harwin wishes to be introduced to Joffrey.
Of course.
Harwin wishes to be introduced to his son.
Laros News.
You must hold mastery over your dragon, my
I
young
dar
princess,
Larota got vespers on me.
as Prince Aegon has with Sunfire.
See you see out it.
Aegon's dragon is actually pretty cool. He's like a fully gold dragon. Can't wait to see him. Like,
Aemond, we have a surprise for you. So, we found one for you.
A dragon. How?
Gods provide.
Behold, the pink dread.
that's so mean, guys. Going looking for a dragon. I wonder how many unclaimed dragons there are at the dragon pit. I know there's a bunch on Dragonstone, but... That's so cool. Damn. That would be terrifying. I think that's Helena's dragon, Dreamfire, if I'm not mistaken. It's interesting that her dragon's called Dreamfire, and she has a lot of dragon dreams.
He thought they'd happened upon some wild, unnamed dragon lured to the dragon pit.
Your grandsons are a menace.
They're more children than he is.
They're savages.
They're just kids.
You sure it wasn't our Aegon who put them up to it?
Yeah. It's more likely that it was just his brother, older brother, messing with her little brother. You know? It's interesting, though, that she leaves out Aegon's involvement when describing it to the king and blames it all on Rhaenyra's kids.
And the king, her father.
He knows.
Of course he knows. Or did once, but has convinced himself otherwise. He'll do naught but make excuses for her.
The Princess Rhaenyra is brazen and relentless. A spider who stings and sucks her prey dry. Spoiled cunt.
Oh, man.
That was beneath me, Your Grace. I apologize.
He has gotten so bitter. These two have just really given into their dislike for Rhaenyra.
Do you think Rhaenyra's sons will be your playthings forever? Rhaenyra will ascend the throne, and Jacaerys Targaryen will be her heir.
So?
Oh, you are nearly a man grown. How is it that you can be so short-sighted? She can move to cut off any challenge to her succession.
Then I won't.
You are the challenge! You are the challenge, Aegon! Simply by living and breathing!
Her father's words really stuck with her. That's so cool. I like that he's got like a forked tail. Oh, there's a big girl. It's cool, the knitting on it, because like they very like sea people. So cool. Just makes me want to ride a dragon.
Soften your knees. Feet light.
It's interesting that Sir Criston Cole's the one teaching them.
Jacaerys. You spar with Aegon. Eldest son against eldest son.
He is just pitting these kids against each other.
Engage.
It's a battle between the two of them. Got some fight in him though.
Foul play. I'll deal with him.
It's so obvious that they're picking sides.
Don't let him get up. Stay on the attack.
He's so bitter.
You forget yourself, Strong. That is the prince.
This is what you teach, Cole. Cruelty. To the weaker opponent.
Your interest in the Princeling's training is quite unusual, Commander. Most men would only have that kind of devotion toward a cousin, or a brother, or a son.
Oh, he went there. Oh. Damn. They did say he is the strongest knight in the realm.
Say it again! Say it again!
Lord as a match.
I wonder who would actually win this straight up fight. Him or Sir Criston Cole.
You have laid us open to accusations of an uglier treachery. And what treachery is that? Don't play the fool with me, boy. Your intimacy with the Princess Rhaenyra is an offense that would mean exile and death. For you, for her, for the children.
Yeah, they're not just putting their lives on the line. They're also putting the kids.
People have eyes, boy. Yet His Grace the King, it seems, will not accept what his eyes see.
Yeah, people can tell it's his kids with how much he cares for them.
And yet today, you publicly assaulted a knight of the King's Guard in the defense of your
Son.
It's been 8 years, sweetling. Half of them never do, you know.
What?
Hatch. There is more than one way to bind yourself to a dragon. I was without one until I was 15 years old. And now I ride a Vhagar, the largest in the world.
Yeah, there's many Targaryens that like claim wild dragons. Like it's almost half the time. Even Aegon the Conqueror was a Valyrian. It's Valyrian's first rider, so like I don't know why they make such a big deal out of it.
I have felt the strife between our families of late, my queen.
At least he's trying to make peace.
But we are one house. And long before that, we were friends.
Yeah, you guys were really good friends.
Jacaerys will inherit the Iron Throne after me. I propose we betroth him to your daughter, Helena. Ally ourselves. Once and for all.
He's so happy.
A most judicious proposition.
He's so happy not knowing that he's the only thing stopping them from like fighting each other.
The king and I thank you for your offer, and we will consider it duly. You must rest now, husband.
Yeah, she's not going to consider that offer.
Now she expects us to ignore her transgressions and for me to marry my only daughter to one of her plain-featured sons.
The proposal is a good one, my queen.
He's right.
Let us put aside these childish quarrels. Join hands and be stronger for it.
You may do as you wish, husband, when I am cold in my grave.
She is not interested. It's interesting to see her shift from when she was younger, you know? She stands up way more to the king now.
What might this errand be about, Lord Lionel?
Your Grace, I feel the episode in the yard this morning. My son Harwin has disgraced himself.
You have served me faithfully for many years. Your advice has been sage, unmarked by self-interest.
Yeah, he's the only unbiased person on the council, I think.
My house, and it grows ever darker. I can no longer serve you with integrity.
What is this shadow? Name it if it casts such a gloom.
You must have your reasoning in plain language.
Can't really say it in front of her, though.
I cannot.
Then I cannot accept this.
My dear husband.
I said no.
I would then ask leave to take my son from court and escort him back to the family seat at Harrenhal. He is my heir, and will be Lord of Harren's castle one day. It is time he assumed his duties there.
Do it.
Alicent's like, I almost had the proof I needed to out these kids as bastards.
It's been my duty to tell you of happenings about the castle, but tonight you know, and I do not. King had an audience with my father.
He attempted to resign his post.
Not for as much. His honour's always been a millstone about his esteemed neck.
Lord Lionel is to escort Sir Harwin back to Harrenhal to watch over his seat whilst he continues to serve as hand.
But the hand is compromised by the acts of his son. My father cannot give unbiased counsel to the king.
It is now that I most rue the absence of my own father. He wouldn't hesitate to speak the truth to the king if Otto Hightower was still at hand.
You cannot say, my queen, that your father would be impartial in this matter.
No, but he would be partial to me.
Yeah, that's all that matters to her. Otto was never impartial. Like, he was always playing an angle for his family.
What a collection of heroes I have before me. You've been sentenced to death by hanging.
What do you want with us?
I am prepared to offer you mercy. If you're prepared to pay a little price.
He's gonna take their tongues. They can't speak about what he asked them to do. Oh. Oh. Ah, man.
Push! You must push! Push! Needs to come out!
I've reached the limit of my art. The child will not come.
Just like Emma.
We could lay open the womb. Try to remove the infant by way of the blade. But I cannot say for a surety whether it lives.
Would the mother survive it?
No.
The same choice his brother had to make. Interesting that he said no to that. Didn't want to put his kids through that. Damn. You can really see how intelligent the dragons are. They don't just follow any command.
Lena!
I like Lena's character.
I will return. I promise.
Is to leave his kids undefended.
We will exchange letters by Raven. Won't that be fun?
Is Harwin Strong my father? Am I a bastard?
You are a Targaryen. That's all that matters.
Yeah, evens the kids now.
We're finished here. We're leaving.
What of your offer, Jace and Helena?
I have been undermined and made a spectacle. They whisper about me in the corridor as well. I leave them to it.
To Dragonstone, then?
I should have left years ago. Laenor, bring him. We'll need every sword we can muster.
That you will. It's very nice of her to let him bring his lover along. Versus men. Why would you put your symbol on your men? Like, it makes them easily identifiable.
As if they would keep you from the dust.
The curse of Harrenhal takes effect yet again.
Her dad.
You've heard the stories of Harrenhal, Your Grace. It's built in hubris by Harren the Black as a monument to his own greatness. It is said to be a cursed place, that it passes judgment on all who pass beneath its gates. The Queen makes a wish. What servant of the realm would not strive to fulfill it? I assume you will write to your father now?
Laris, I did not wish for this.
I feel certain you will reward me when the time is right.
Alicent drew first blood, even if it was unintentional. She did draw first blood in this conflict. Alright guys, so I really did enjoy this episode. I think this might be my favorite episode of the season so far. Things definitely started to pick up in this episode, and I found it very interesting that it had quite a few parallels with the first episode of the season, and then this being the kind of first episode of the second half of the season. Definitely had a few parallels in there. You know, in this episode, we got to see Lena's birth scene, and I thought that kind of contrasted against Emma's birth scene quite well, in that, you know, Emma had no choice in how she died, and Lena at least had a choice in how she died in her final moments. So I thought that was an interesting contrast we had there. We also obviously had the contrast of Rhaenyra, you know, saying in the first episode that she doesn't want to, you know, just be giving birth to children and popping up heirs and stuff. And then in this episode, we see that she's had 3 births, and that she seems quite happy with the children that she has and stuff. So I thought those parallels were very interesting to see in this episode. We also obviously got the parallel with Daemon and King Viserys, where Daemon had to make the same choice that his brother had to make, and he doesn't make the same choice. He doesn't choose to cut open his wife in order to have a son, because he does have two daughters at this point. Just like Viserys only had Rhaenyra in that episode, and he chose to cut his wife open to see if he would have a son. Daemon doesn't do that in this episode, so definitely a lot of parallels there. I gotta say, Larys definitely reminds me a lot of Littlefinger, just in that he is willing to do whatever he has to in order to advance himself and his position. So I find that's a very interesting character there. Although I do think he is a bit more unstable than Littlefinger was. Maybe a bit more calculating. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, he's definitely an interesting character to keep an eye on. Also, I guess we can also kind of see, especially at the end of the episode here, with Alicent kind of drawing first blood, you can definitely see the divide between the two families happening. Alicent, you see her wearing a lot of green in this episode. You see Rhaenyra wearing a lot of black and red. Even the kids, Alicent's kids wearing a lot of green, Rhaenyra's kids wearing a lot of black and red. So you can definitely see the divide kind of starting to happen in this episode, which I thought was very interesting, and a really cool detail in there. I also find it very interesting that Helaena, Alicent's daughter, she has a lot of premonitions and dragon dreams and stuff, and her dragon is actually named Dreamfire, which is a dragon that she claimed and not one that was hatched, so she didn't name it. But I think I found it very interesting that she bonded with Dreamfire, and she has a lot of dragon dreams and stuff. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting. But yeah, I think my favorite part of this episode had to be the dragon flying scene with Daemon and Elena. I thought that was done very well, and I really enjoyed that scene. I thought that was my favorite part of the episode, probably. But yeah, I really did enjoy this episode. I hope you guys did too. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the episode. What was your favorite moment? And if you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and hit the like button, and you can click the subscribe button down below if you want to get notified for when season 2 drops. And I'll see you guys in the next one.